Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Miss Nightmare. Hope you guys are ready to listen to some Valentine's Day theme horror stories. Valentine's Vendetta. The elegant restaurant. Nighting Nanny sets a romantic ambience. With tables dressed in fine linens and a single red rose on each, the restaurant buzzes with the chatter of couples. But one table stands out. It's reserved for our protagonist, Emma, a young, bright-eyed woman, and her mysterious Valentine's date, whom she met online, named Julian, a charming yet enigmatic man. Nervously adjusting her dress. This is the first time I've met someone online. I hope Julian is as nice as he seems in his messages. A waiter leads Julian to the table. He is handsome, dressed sharply, with a captivating but slightly unsettling smile. Smiley extends a hand, then sits. Emma, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Happy Valentine's Day. He hands her a beautifully wrapped gift. Domestic touched. Thank you, Julian. This is so thoughtful. Emma unwraps the gift to find a vintage-looking locket. Julian watches her intently, his smile never wavering. It belonged to someone very special to me. I want you to have it now. The dinner progresses with Julian captivating Emma with tales of his travels and adventures. But every story seems to have a dark undercurrent, something Emma can't quite put her finger on. Centering the light in the mood, so Julian, tell me something about you that not many people know. Near Julian's end. Voice low? I have a particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like us. Ma laughs it off as a joke. But Julian's expression remains serious. You know, Emma, I believe in making every moment count. Like it's your last? Ma starts to feel uneasy, her laugh faltering. I looking around nervously. Yeah, I guess we should. Suddenly the restaurant's lights dim further, and a slow, eerie violin tune fills the air. Julian's demeanor changes. His gaze becomes more intense. And Julian, darkly, did you know, Emma, that the heart is not just a symbol of love, but also of life and death? It's fascinating how closely they're intertwined. Emma, now visibly scared, tries to excuse herself, but Julian's grip on her hand is firm. And truly, yet, Emma, our date, it's just getting started. The scene shifts as Emma realizes the true nature of her date. Julian is not just a man with secrets, but a killer with a twisted sense of romance. The restaurant, once a place of love and warmth, now feels like a trap. Voice trembling. What do you want from me, Julian? Julian's back, smiling. Just your heart, Emma. Figuratively, and perhaps literally, the tension peaks as Emma looks for ways to escape. Julian continues to talk about his peculiar views on love and death. Comparing them to the ultimate act of intimacy, Emma spots a momentary distraction and makes a break for it, rushing through the restaurant. Magnificent restaurant. Mai bursts out of the restaurant, gasping for air, her heart pounding. She looks back to see Julian standing at the entrance, clapping slowly, his expression one of amusement. Shooting after her happy Valentine's Day, Emma. Remember, love can be deadly. Emma runs into the night, Julian's chilling laughter echoing behind her. The screen fades to black as the sounds of the night take over. Nine dark city streets. Emma, her breaths short and panicked, dashes through the dimly lit streets, her heels clicking against the pavement. She glances over her shoulder, half expecting Julian to be there, but finds the streets eerily empty. Emma uttering to herself, I need to find help. This can't be happening. She pulls out her phone, trying to dial 911, but her hands shake so much she almost drops it. Abandoned building. In desperation, Emma ducks into an abandoned building to hide and gather her thoughts. The building is dark, save for the moonlight streaming through broken windows. She finally manages to dial for help. Summer Spring Police, you have to help me. There's a man, Julian, he's not what he seems. Before she can finish, a shadow moves across the wall. Emma freezes, her heart racing. Julian's voice always taunting. You can't hide from me, Emma. Our date isn't over yet. May ends the call and hides her phone, her eyes scanning the darkness for an escape route. Abandoned building, Continuum finds a back exit and runs out into an alley. The sound of sirens in the distance gives her a glimmer of hope. Emma breathing heavily just a little further. As she reaches the end of the alley, Julian steps out of the shadows, blocking her path. His once charming face is now twisted in a disturbing grin. Running only makes it more exciting, Emma. Did you really think you could escape me? Ma backs away, her mind racing for options. Suddenly, she remembers the locket Julian gave her. She throws it at him, not as an attack, but as a distraction. Julian instinctively catches it, his guard momentarily down. Semin, I don't want your gifts, your twisted love, or your games. Using this moment, Emma rushes past him, her adrenaline surging. Julian laughs, not chasing her this time. She's usually after her. You can run, Emma, but remember, love like ours is bound by fate. We'll see each other again. Emma doesn't look back, running towards the approaching sirens. At a city street. Lady Parkley's cars and an ambulance are parked outside the restaurant. Emma, wrapped in a blanket, gives her statement. Her eyes are wide with shock. But she's safe. Julian is nowhere to be found. We'll find him, miss. You're safe now. Can you tell me anything else about him? He is not human, could be that cold. The detective Martinez nods, his expression grave. A Detective Martini would fairly able catch him, Emma. This isn't over. The camera pulls away as Emma sits in the back of an ambulance, looking out into the night. The city seems different to her now. Every shadow a potential hiding place for Julian. Having his day will never be the same for me. Julian may be out there, but I survived, and I'll keep surviving no matter what. The screen fades to black, the sound of the city at night playing soft. Emma's story of a Valentine's date turned nightmare ends. But the hunt for Julian begins. Made per station, native domestic. Scene opens to Detective Martinez, a seasoned officer with a keen eye for detail, poring over files and photos scattered across his desk. The room is filled with the low hum of late-night activity, officers passing by, phones ringing. The air is tense with the urgency of the hunt for Julian. Tim himself, determined we'll find you, Julian. No one can hide forever. Heine picks up a photo of Julian, studying it as if trying to decipher the enigma behind those eyes. Unknown location. Night the scene shifts to a shadow unity figure moving through the night. It's Julian, but he's no longer the charming date from the restaurant. His demeanor is that of a predator, calculated and cold. And Julian over, chillingly calm. Love is chaos. It's pain. It's the hunt. He looks over a photograph of Emma, then tucks it away, disappearing into the night in Emma's apartment. Now safe but visibly shaken, sits in her living room surrounded by friends. Despite their comforting words, her gaze is distant, haunted by her ordeal. And I heard a whispering, he's still out there. May a friend notices Emma's distress. I'm free assuringly, Emma. The police are doing everything they can. You're safe here. Emma nods, but her eyes betray her fear. Fair Police Station, Detective Martinez receives a call, a break in the case. A witness claims to have seen Julian. The detective's eyes light up with a mix of hope and resolve. Detective Martinez. Into phone. Urgently. I'm on my way. Keep an eye on him. but don't engage. He's dangerous. He grabs his coat and heads out, the weight of the situation evident in his step. City, street. Next, Detective Martinez arrives at the location given by the witness. The street is dark, the only light coming from a flickering street lamp. He moves quietly, his senses heightened. Young Detective Martinez, whispering to backup spread out. Keep your distance, but stay alert. He's here somewhere. The tension mounts as officers move through the shadows, searching for any sign of Julian. Near next dark alley. Continue. The camera follows a pair of feet walking through the alley. The camera pans up to reveal Julian, watching the police from the shadows. A smirk plays on his lips. Loose voiceover, taunting you to think you're hunting me. But who's really the hunter here? Suddenly, he steps out into the light. Directly in the path of Detective Martinez, gun drawn. Julian. Freeze! You're under arrest. Julian doesn't move, his smirk widening. Shh! You think this is the end? This is just the beginning. Before Martinez can react, Julian turns and runs into the maze of alleys, disappearing once again into the night. And Detective Martinez calling after him, "Will catch you, Julian." This ends now, and the chase resumes, the lines between hunter and hunted blurring in the dark city. After their story leaves viewers on the edge of their seats, the chase ongoing, the outcome uncertain. Emma's ordeal has sparked a citywide manhunt, the fear and determination of all involved palpable. Julian remains at large, a specter in the night, his final capture inevitable yet elusive. For Ned,